Hello friends, and welcome to the Hanged Man in the Moon. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm pleased to meet you. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. I'm truly honored. Friends, it's my birthday. And because it's my birthday, I'm giving you a birthday present. What do I mean? Well, I decided to do something a little bit unusual for me. I'm going to do a birthday spread for myself, full disclosure, right here on camera, and I will be reading in real time. All things that I'm not used to doing. So bear with me, please. So let me give you a little bit of background. What I did was I went online and I looked at a lot of different spreads and wasn't very happy with them. So I decided I'd make my own birthday spread. So I did my research, I gathered questions and rewrote them to match what I thought I wanted to know. And so I came up with this birthday spread. It is a monster. You can see there are a lot of questions and a lot of places. So let me put this up on the screen for just a moment. Could you even read what was the questions on the spread? I think you might have a difficult time reading this because there is so much here and the screen is probably small. So I'm going to put this spread in the comments below. I'll put an image of this so that you can download it and hopefully use it for yourself if you're interested. This is my birthday spread. So I came up with this spread and I decided I'll read this live. Well, not completely live, I'm not going live, but I will read this as I flip the cards on video. So for me, it's live. And I was concerned because of all the different spots here that I would need a small deck to get this whole spread on camera comfortably so that you could see it and I could see it. So I played around with different ideas. Which deck would I use? I've got my Morgan Greer in a tin, which I thought would be okay, but then I thought, no. I wanted to use my Zilich tarot in a tin, but I'm not really comfortable with reading Thoth live yet. And so I thought, no. Then I thought about the Spacious Tarot, which I love. It's one of my, well, it might be my soul deck. But then I thought, no, that's not it either. I want people in this deck this time, because I thought maybe laying out this spread, this is the first time I'm laying out the spread for myself too. That maybe directionality could be a possible way of reading this spread, because it's 3 lines of 4. Seeing where people are looking might give some extra information. I don't know. I've never worked with this spread before. So I thought, no, I think I'll go with the 2 card decks that I'm using now for my daily draws. One of them is the Tarot de Sa Croix. It's in here. And one of them is the Fountain Tarot. It's in here. So I'll use the Tarot de Sa Croix for the 12 spaces below, because this is the smaller deck in size, the smaller deck, and I'll use the top Fountain Tarot for the top, kind of like candles on the cake. That's how I see this spread. The bottom layer, 3 layers of cards is the cake, and the cards on top are the candles. So I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So if you're interested in seeing this with me, then stick around. I'll flip the camera down and we'll take a look together. Friends, remember how I said this is going to be a massive spread? Well, I'm going to need all of this space, and this is the best I could get this arranged for us today. So what I have here is my birthday spread printout in black and white, unfortunately. And I have my Tarot de Saint Croix, and I have my Fountain Tarot, and I have the guidebooks just in case. So what I'm going to do is I'll clear out the space here and I'll start with the shuffle. I mean, I'm going to do this for me and you right here, right now. So let's see how this goes. So yes, clearing away the decks, clearing away the decks, clearing away the sheet for now, and the guidebook, and here we go. Now, this is my shuffle. And so, let's see how this goes. Let me get myself a little bit grounded here, a little bit centered, a little bit grateful. And let's see. So the questions are, now I need this here for a moment. So, first question. What was the theme of the last year? What was the theme of the past year? If you want to skip ahead to past this shuffle, feel free. What have I learned from the past year? What do I want to let go of from the past? What will it benefit me to carry forward? What will it benefit me to carry forward from the last year into the next? What will it benefit me to carry forward? How can I best honor and love myself today? My birthday. This is my birthday, by the way, here in Korea. How can I best honor and love myself today? What am I here to do? Now, what am I here on this planet at this time to do? Why did I come here? And what is my greatest gift? How can I find joy? What will I explore in the next year? What will I explore in the next year? What is my intention for the next year? What supports me in the next year? And what do I want to watch out for or avoid in the next year? And what are some possible obstacles or pitfalls, things that I want to be aware of and move in a different direction if I see indications of them arising? I don't want to resist, but I want to be able to take a turn. There are ways to avoid obstacles at times. So again, what was the theme of the past year? What have I learned from the past year? What do I want to let go of from the past? What will it benefit me to carry forward? How can I best honor and love myself today? What am I here to do? What is my greatest gift? How can I find joy? What will I explore in the next year? What is my intention for the next year? What supports me in the next year? And what do I want to watch out for or avoid in the next year? So in this spread, I see this section as the cake, the birthday cake. We have 3 layers of 4 cards, past, present, and future. So first question, what was the theme of the past year? That could be true. Second question, what have I learned from the past year? Definitely true. What do I want to let go of from the past? Oh, very true. And what will it benefit me to carry forward? That makes total sense. Now let me check placement here. I want to be sure that I've got you. Okay, so I'm going to need more space above. So I'm going to scooch these down just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we've got first the Hermit, then we've got Justice, then we got the 5 of Pentacles, then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So next question. How can I best honor and love myself today? Okay, good. I think I'm doing this right now. So what am I here to do? Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. What is my greatest gift? I think so too. Okay, and how can I find joy? Interesting. Okay, so I think this reading is totally on point so far. Number 9, what will I explore in the next year? Okay, cool. Interesting. There's a similar card in my reading for this week for Living an Intentional Life. So if you're interested in that, I'll be putting that up later on this week. Number 10, what is my intention for the next year? Ooh, too brainy. What supports me in the next year? The Queen of Wands. Okay, that's cool. That's a lot of support. And what do I want to watch out for or avoid in the next year? Interesting. Okay, so let's look at this part of the spread first. And it looks like, yeah, it's pretty visible. Good. So, what do I see? So for the first part of the spread, we've got what is the theme of the past year was the Hermit. And, well, COVID, but I don't think this is only COVID. I've been doing a lot of searching within myself as well. I've been focusing a lot on tarot, oracle, divination, and while that could be a very, what do I want to say? What's the name of the card? Number 2, the High Priestess. While that could be a very High Priestess thing, it's also because I haven't been sharing as much as I would like, perhaps, with my divination practice. The Hermit is possibly a little bit more on point for me for the past year. I'd like to move into the High Priestess and maybe the Moon for the next year. So, the Hermit, that's what was the theme of the past year. I've been hermiting. I've been doing some self-inspection, some introspection. I've been looking within. I've been trying to find the light of the divine within the sphere of myself, as well as delving my own knowledge and also studying. I've been doing a lot of studying as well. So the next card, what have I learned from the past year? Justice. Yeah, sure. And I don't think it was only the last year. My trajectory of learning has been in justice, in social justice. in political justice, in racial justice, and also justice for every non-majority presenting living person. Yeah, so it could be gender identity, it could be sexuality, it could be racial identity, it could be anything that others people in many cases, finding ways to promote justice for all of us and also for the majority. I mean, the majority also needs to be part of this action of justice, which brings equality and balance to all. Yeah? We can't only focus on helping and bringing up, raising up those who have been downtrodden and repressed. We've also got to make sure that the majority is doing our part. Although I'm not fully majority, I've got my privilege, I know that. And so I'm learning about justice as well and developing my sense of justice as well. So that's what I have been learning and continue to learn, I believe. And you'll notice that these two cards are facing each other. Yeah, my internal work and my work externally, I think, have been interacting well this year, which is, I think, shown in this interaction. Yeah, she's got her sword, she's got her wand. So we've got mind, mental action. We've also got passion and fire action here. We got air and fire balancing out here with these two cards as well, which I think is beautiful. And then here we have the Five of Cups. What do I want to let go of from the past year is my disappointment. Yes. This past year, especially the last 6 months, have been challenging for me. And there have been many things that I've found disappointing, which is including the change of jobs. And it wasn't only the 6 months. There were the 6 months leading up to the big upheaval in my life. We're all developing Five of Cups things, and also remembering that there are the two cups. So we see the spilled cups, we see the birds. Do you see the birds in the spilled wine? It looks like wine to me. And you see the cups are also somewhat reminiscent of like I said, the High Priestess. Yeah, we've got the High Priestess symbol on the cups. So my High Priestess emotional self has been knocked over in some sense, and but still, as the wine has flown out of my cups, there is still a reflection of the bird, the air, the bird soaring above, and to remember that if I only focus on the spilled wine, I forget what is above and what I still have for myself. And also the two cups that are still standing on the other side of this very shallow creek or river, which is easy to cross over here and even easier to cross over at the bridge farther off in the distance. So I want to leave my disappointment behind, but also remember that it's not all disappointment. In this disappointment, there are signs of things above that are still flying forward. There are still full goblets of wine available to me if I just look at them. And then the Ten of Pentacles is what will it benefit me to carry forward? It's my sense of abundance, my sense of also personal tradition. But here we see, instead of a family, we have perhaps a chosen family. We have people all gathered together dancing at a pentacle disco. Yeah, I want to remember to celebrate what I have, not only emotionally, but celebrate the physical abundance which is around me, and the people who are around me, and the health that I have, and the bodies that I have that can move. And I've gone back to riding my bicycle again. I don't know if I'd mentioned that, but I have done that. And I'm moving my body again, and I can find people to move my body in concert with. And I want to carry that forward for myself. So, number 6, what am I here to do? I'm here to share. I'm here to share myself, my time, my resources. I'm here to share my body. I'm here to share what I have. And part of the reason for this video is also to share, to be a participant in the cycle of the flow of resources, the flow of matter, the flow of energy even, because energy is part of our physical expression. Yeah, the energetic resources we also have. I'm here to share those in union with people that I love. And you can see a very Kama Sutra. We have a Shiva Shakti here, dichotomy. We have the Shiva Shakti interaction of destruction and creation. We have that cycle of material, creation, destruction, sharing, moving around. I'm here to do that. I'm here to do that. And where am I? Number 6. Here we go. Number 6. What am I here to do? I'm here to create. I'm here to create. I'm here to be the spring for those around me. I'm here to share and be the compassionate, creative person. I'm here to be this one. And the Empress comes up for me from time to time, along with the Emperor. The Empress comes up for me. And here I am. I'm here to share and create and be the abundance. Not only create abundance, but be the abundance. I'm here to give birth to the new in a very feminine kind of way, in a very gestational kind of way, in a very loving kind of way, a loving and natural, not so constructed, not so organized, but a very natural, fluid, forming kind of way. In a way of flowers, you might say. I'm here to create. So, I'm here to do the sharing, and my greatest gift is my creation. And that is probably what I can share. So I can bring this forward as the Empress moves from the Shiva Shakti forward with the child to the Three of Cups, which is how can I find joy? The way for me to find, let's see, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry. What is my greatest gift? Okay, I've gotten this all confused. I'm sorry. Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. What will I benefit to carry forward? Yes, the Ten of Pentacles. Number 5. How can I best honor and love myself today? Okay, this is the way I honor and love myself. That's right. Okay, so this is the way I honor and love myself. I honor and love myself by sharing, by doing this for you, by being the Shiva Shakti, by destroying and creating, by being a participant in the exchange of matter and energy and everything within this physical realm. So again, this is how I can honor and love myself. What am I here to do? I'm here to Empress. I'm here to create and bring from here forward with the child to 5, 6, 7. What is my greatest gift? My greatest gift is the Three of Cups. My greatest gift is my ability to collaborate, to share, to emotionally bond with and emotionally work with my people. Yeah, I've got my people here, which is what I want to carry forward. And this is my greatest gift, is sharing, communing with others, and creating in the emotional realm. You can see that these three people are here with their coffee or tea, communing, and also focusing together on a project, not like the Three of Pentacles, but in a collaborative, loving way. Sharing emotion, bringing our own talents and our own creation to the table to interact. And finally, number 8, how can I find joy? I can find joy in emperoring. I can find joy in, you can see this is the more structured form of creation. Yeah, you can see that he's not so much a rule giver as a structured builder. So I've got the Empress here, who is the more natural, nature-driven creative one. And this is more the organized creative one. And that is how I can find joy. Yeah, I am here to do the empressing and find joy by then putting it into a structure and forming it into structured reality. Now, because I think a balance of both of these are very important for me and for all of us here in the physical realm. We want that abundance, but we also want structure around it so that there is form within the burgeoning of nature. So yes, I am here to find joy in creating structure. And number 9, what will I explore in the next year? I'm going to explore perhaps celebrating myself. But notice that she is writing from my Empress. Yeah, she's writing from this into different choices. And one of the choices is the King of Swords. So in this Four of Wands, I think we also get the idea of choices, choosing our path, which is not always part of the Four of Wands. A traditional Rider-Waite-Smith is going to show the setup for some kind of small celebration, perhaps a wedding. But this person on her horse is riding forward and is going to have to make a choice. And part of that, which is sometimes thought of as either the Two of Wands or the Three of Wands, is also here. She is here and she is riding on her horse of purity and power, and she's going to want to make a choice. And one of the possible choices for her this time is to become the King of Wands. And this is what my intention is for the next year. So probably I'm going to want to make a right. And you'll also notice here that one choice is to go for intuition. One choice which might lead past this, this kind of, I forget what this is called, but kind of like Stonehenge, this circle of stones, this circle. Someone has cast a circle, a permanent circle in stone for ritual. So this could have moved this way. But I think my path right now, this time, is going to be going towards the King of Swords, which is my intention for the next year. My intention is to become my King Arthur, yeah? Get my Excalibur from the Lady of the Lake and raise it up and cut through the clouds and come into my intellectual strength, my intellectual abilities, my ability to communicate, to see the truth and communicate truth, my ability to form an idea and have a clear vision of the future and to communicate that vision of the future clearly. He is the King of mastery of the mind, clarity, and communication. So that is my choice, my intention for this year. Clarity of communication, clarity of truth, finding my truth and living my truth and expressing my truth, and doing so with certainty, with self-assuredness, with my power, my own personal power in a self-actualized way. And so, what is behind him? What is behind him is what supports me in this year. And you can see the Queen of Wands is what supports me. Look at her. Fire. She embodies the lioness. She is the creative power. She is the ferocious one. She is full of intention. And she owns her power, and she is the one who feeds her pride. She's the one who feeds her pride. And by the way, I'm a Leo, so this card also is a good indication for me. Now we've got the sun, my planet, on her shield. Yeah, we've got her partner, her perhaps spirit animal, there beside her, her lioness. She is ready to create. She is full of intention, and she is behind me. She supports me as my intention is to become the more airy King of Swords. And the interesting thing to me is, what do I want to watch out for or avoid in the next year? So this is going to be the negative side of the star. And I usually love the star. And you can see we have Nuit, the Egyptian goddess of the sky, forming the celestial heavens with her body. And this is usually the card of hope, the card of moving forward, the card of finding your direction. So it's interesting that I want to watch out for this. And something that I might want to avoid, I guess, perhaps I want to avoid, what would this be in reverse? Now, what would this be in reverse? This would be perhaps a false sense of hope, relying on the stars rather than my own internal north pointing compass, looking outside for hope rather than finding it within. It could be an overdependence on an external signs, overdependence on external indications rather than relying on my own King of Swords, supported by my own internal Queen of Wands. Perhaps that's what this is pointing out to me. But you know, like I said, this card is a little hard for me to read, so I'm going to pull out the book and see what we have for the star. She doesn't indicate reversals in this book, but let's see what it says here for the star. The moon, and here we have the star. So, how often have we heard, wish upon a star, and it will come true? The star offers you hope for your dreams to manifest. The secret is to believe it. In Egypt, the rains arrive when Sirius shines in the night sky, bringing fertility to the land. In this card, Nut, the Egyptian sky goddess, brings rain to the Nile over her daughter Isis' temple at Philae. During the time I was painting the star, I was interviewed by the Tarot House of London, Portugal. Tarot House of Lisbon, Portugal. I was also invited to be on a panel and teach a workshop in Colorado, the United States. It was stellar to be living the tarot card as I created it. The star brings a time of renewal and inspiration with the outcome of success. So relax, be at peace, and be well. So this is the time to recognize your inner light and achievements. So I want to avoid perhaps not recognizing that, not recognizing my inner light. I want to avoid looking externally, I think, looking for signs outside, looking for direction from the outside, and instead I want to find it from within, my inner support of the Queen of Wands and my intention to be the King of Swords. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so we've got a set of cards to lay above from the Fountain Tarot. Now, why did I choose to do that? Why did I choose to use a different deck for the top? Well, I wanted to give myself the opportunity for one of these cards to show up again. Sometimes because this is a completely different set of questions, having a card emphasized again from a different deck can give me kind of an exclamation point towards a specific meaning for a specific card, if that makes sense. So, my Fountain Tarot, I'm going to shuffle this with my questions for this set of cards. The first question is, and I'm going to, let's see, how am I going to do this? I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so my first question is, what is the gift in my spiritual life? Whoa, okay, no, that is, okay, I'm going to pause because we just had an oopsies. I've got to pick up my cards. Okay, so I'm going to do this again, and I'm not going to try doing it off to the side. I'm going to try doing it right here on top. So let me start again with the beginning of a shuffle. So what is the gift in my spiritual life? What is the gift in my spiritual life? Okay, so I'm sorry, trying to do this on camera has been a little bit more challenging than I thought it would be. So what is the gift in my spiritual life? And I'm pretty sweaty. You needed to know that, didn't you? What is the gift in my romantic love relationships? What is the gift in my study, intellectual pursuits? What is the gift in my work, my job? So what is the gift in my finances? What is the gift in my health and well-being? What is the gift in my spiritual life? Again from the top. What is the gift in my romantic love relationships? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, what is the gift in my romantic love relationships? What is the gift in my study, intellectual pursuits? What is the gift in my study, intellectual pursuits? You can see I've got a kind of ritual in my shuffle. What is the gift in my job or work? What is the gift in my work or my job? What is the gift in my finances? And the last stage, what is the gift in my health and well-being? What is the gift in my health and well-being? Okay, so let's see. Let me get these guys kind of smooshed down. So we have every microcentimeter, every micrometer available to us of camera space or on camera. Okay, so let me check. How does this look? It's not bad. Okay, let's see if we can fit these on. Cut the cards. And what is the gift in my spiritual life? Interesting. What is the gift in my romantic love relationships? Okay. What is the gift in my study, intellectual pursuits? What is the gift in my work or my job? Ooh. What is the gift in my finances? Interesting. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to need to find a place to put this. I'm going to put this right here for now. And what is the gift in my health and well-being? Oh, nice. Okay, so Let's see, can you see all of them? You can see all of them pretty much. I'm going to bring these down just a little bit. I know it's going to cover the cards a little bit, but think of them as candles sticking inside the cake, which is kind of how I envisioned this spread, as these cards on top being like the candles on top of the cake. Okay, so what do we have here? We have for the gift in my spiritual life is the Six of Cups, a kind of nostalgic card, isn't it? It's interesting, but here we can see the gift perhaps of memory, and perhaps remembering a time when I was, frankly, when I was a very young child, not even so young. I mean, even up until my teenage years, perhaps, I was a total fanatic in believing in the magic of everyday life. I'm not saying I didn't have issues. I'm not saying there weren't problems in my family and there weren't divorces and there wasn't running away from frightening people when I was young. I mean, there's all of that. But I also had a sense of my own magic, my own ability to create in the world. And perhaps that is the gift in my spiritual life, is to remember that time when I felt magical, when I felt like I could do things in the world, when I could create, I could manifest, I could change a stoplight with my intention. I could see faces of spirit, of the saints perhaps in the walls of churches. Perhaps that is the gift in my spiritual life, is reclaiming my inner magical spiritual child. Maybe that's what this is trying to say. So what is the gift in my love relationships this year? It's the Eight of Wands. It's energetic movement forward, which is a very good thing. I mean, I would have loved to have seen like the Knight of Cups here, honestly. I would have loved to see some romance showing up, but perhaps this is even better. Having that passionate, fiery movement forward is something that I think I probably need at this time in my life. I've been sitting on the back burner in my love life for a long time, and having that movement forward is a good sign. It's a very good indication. So what do we have? C, what is the gift of my study and intellectual pursuits? The gift is perhaps time out. And whenever I might feel dissatisfied with what is real, remembering that I'm always being offered this extra cup here on this that I'm not looking at. There's always that one other cup that is being presented to me, to us, by Spirit, by the divine, by whatever you want to call that, your higher self, God, Allah, Brahman, your guardian angel. Yeah, we're always being offered that one more cup of emotional power, of emotional discovery, of intuition. And so I think that is the gift in my study and intellectual pursuits, is that I can remember that when I am feeling a little bit perhaps bored or with what's going on, that I'm being offered something else if I will just turn and look at it. And what is the gift in my work? Now that's an interesting choice. The Queen of Cups. This is my MBTI card in the tarot, the Queen of Cups. I am the Queen of Cups, which is odd for a fiery lion like myself, but I am the Queen of Cups. And this is my gift in the work life. I want to be the emotionally compassionate one. I want to be the supportive one of my students. I want to be the one who is able to tap into the emotional connection I have with all of those around me, and to offer both compassion and my heart. I want to be able to offer my heart. I want to be able to offer my love, to be the emotional comforter and the emotionally generous one, the water of water. And I also want to be the one who has the power to draw from within the inner realm of the unconscious and be able to draw it forth and share it with those around me. What is my gift in finances is the Seven of Wands. Now, okay, so often we see this guy as being defensive, holding his ground. But you can see that he's also ready to take a leap in this deck. He's not just standing there. He's ready to take a leap and engage, it looks like to me. Now, for me, personally, I know this is not a standard reading, but when you look at the Seven of Wands in a standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the only person in this card is the one up above. You don't see any people from below. So, to me, this is all stuff that's coming up from the unconscious. This is all unconscious content which is coming up and perhaps attacking from below. And more than just staying up and keeping the higher ground, getting down in there with my own wand of power and not so much fighting, but being in there, in the mix, and perhaps finding a way to subdue the fight and then delve into it as the Queen of Cups, delve into it and discover the jewels that are also down there. This content that's coming up and that I am trying to perhaps potentially beat down is not always bad stuff. It's not always dark evil. You can see that these are wands of light. There are jewels down there that I have been ignoring and trying to beat down, and he is choosing to jump in there with them. Keep himself safe with his wand, sure, but jump in there and engage with passion, with fire, with creativity. So I think that is the gift of my finances, to jump into my beliefs, that some of them being unhelpful beliefs, and to confront those unhelpful beliefs about my finances and what I need to do to earn money. What is the gift in my health and well-being is the Ace of Wands. So moving from my finances just to my general well-being, I've got a new lease on life. I've got a new fire, new creation, new inspiration. I've got my new fiery wand that I want to... Now remember, the aces are potential. So I want to plant that wand and feed it so that it develops into the mighty tree that it wants to become. So the gift of my health and well-being is that I've got the seed of health and well-being, a fiery seed, a passionate seed that I want to nurture. And that's where I'm coming from. And you can see that he's perhaps moving from this Ace of Wands into the subconscious, where he will also confront the Queen of Cups. Yeah, they will meet in the unconscious. They will meet. She is down there already. He will meet her down there. And they will be able to communicate and balance each other. He'll be able to confront his conflicting ideas about finances and wealth, and also be able to engage with his emotions and find balance with the Queen of Wands. He will perhaps be able to turn and see that his fourth cup is being filled from here. And you can see a lot of wands in my next year. The gifts are a lot of wands and 2 cups, a little bit of emotion, 3 cups and 3 wands. So a nice balance here of fire and water. I like that. I love this spread. I just fell in love with this spread completely. Yeah, my nervousness about it is gone, and I love the way it came out. What do you think? What do you think of this spread? Are you going to try it? I'd love to hear in the comments below. What do you think of this reading? I'd love to hear about that too. So friends, as always, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to come out with another video this week for living an intentional life with my week ahead spread. Don't worry, that'll be there. If you are curious about these two sets of cards, I will have links below where you can get them. And because they're readily available, although I will say that the Tarot de Saint Croix is now in a borderless version only. You can only get the borderless version. This is the first edition with the orange borders, which I honestly prefer. But a lot of people prefer the deck without the orange borders. So I'll show you where you can get the borderless edition of this as well. Friends, so again, like, subscribe, share this with anyone who you think might get benefit from it, might want to learn this spread for themselves, and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Say happy birthday if nothing else. And so friends, now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.